can everyone just jump around? I'm just going to give you our welcome. This is the way we welcome everyone to our tours. I'm Ian from Sydney Coast Walks. It's a pleasure to be involved in the inaugural Sydney Harbour and Coast Walk. And welcome to Royal National Park, the oldest national park in Australia. It's just a Dharawal country. We always start all of our tours and all our walks by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land. We do it in language. So in the Dharawal language, Babana Judamin Gamarada Nania, Dadal Yorda and Guriji, which means brothers, sisters, friends, I see you all, Dharawal people camped here. And we're just acknowledging that the spirits of the Dharawal people remain tied to this land, and they remain tied to this land for eternity. And we just ask that you respect the land you walk across today. So we'll be walking down to Otford or down to Garrawara Farm over the next couple of days. It's about 30 k's, give or take. Camping at Wattamolla tonight, and you'll go through about 7 different habitats along the way as well. So it's an amazing walk. For you guys to finish your inaugural Sydney Harbour and Coast Walk in Royal it's pretty special. Now you can just see you've got little jellyfish there as well, and you can see on the other side of that you start to see the pectoral fins of the big whales.
Oh, yep.
So we'll go down the other end, go down the front end of the big whales.
You recording?
Yep. Orca are a matriarchal society, but in the hunt, the male leads out the hunt. So once again, these are orca. They can see the size of him. So his head's down on our right, facing west. His tail's down there. Got a massive, big 2-metre dorsal fin up the top there. Yeah, he's Dharawal, the great whale. So orca used to herd humpbacks through the shallows, beach them on G-barn, and G-barn gives its name to gibbon, which means sandbar at low tide. So Dharawal men could come down and feast on the humpback. They'd then make an offering of the law of the tongue, which is the lower jaw, the lips and the tongue, make an offering of that to the orca, and this process was repeated for centuries, millennia, generations. And it used to happen in this very bay. So orca, Dharawal, the great whale, herd baby humpbacks usually up onto the beach. Dharawal men would come down and kill the humpback, and then they'd feast. So they'd all come together for feast and ceremony. And so the orca, Dharawal, the great whale, by bringing that much food to allow all the Dharawal people to come and feast, is the bringer of the law, because then they could come together and sing the law at ceremony. So the orca is a totemic emblem of all the Dharawal people. So you're obviously all familiar with Depression era dwellings all along the coastline, you know, caves, little humpies, driftwood, things, whatever. So this was probably Depression era, but we don't know for sure. But what we do know, post-World War II, Canadian ex-serviceman and his wife came and lived in here for 7 years.
Fantastic.
So it served on the Western Front, pretty, probably what we'd call now is post-traumatic stress disorder, but didn't want anything to do with society, but convinced his wife, who was also Canadian, to come and live out in this cave for 7 years. So it used to have a wall across it, there was a door, there's stairs down here, it actually led up to a doorway, there was a window. Obviously that's all gone now because it's open to the elements, like you're facing east, you know. Big swell, king tide, you're going to be wet, you're going to be absolutely wet in there. But I remember the wall and I remember the frame and the door. I don't remember the windows as such. But look at the fireplace at the front. Look how sturdy that is. People remember him, or did remember him, carrying 100-pound bags of cement out from Bundeena. 40 kilos on each shoulder, walking out through the bush to build that for him and his wife. But look at your view. It's not bad, eh? So what you're looking at, all these boulders that we're standing amongst are all tsunami debris. So there's evidence to say a tsunami hits the southeast coast of Australia every 250 years. This is about 250 years old. We'll go past one in another hour or so that's 500 years old. Now there hasn't been one since European arrival. sort of about 236 years. So we're effectively due for a tsunami to hit the southeast coast of Australia anytime soon. And with the amount of volcanic activity down in New Zealand, it's not hard to imagine. The one that pretty much crippled and decimated Christchurch, unfortunately, if that was on the northwest coast of New Zealand, that would have been very interesting for southeastern Australia. But yeah, this is all tsunami debris. Came from a rock ledge just out there. So the wave came from the southeast, picked up all these boulders from the ledge and threw them up here. So I said, I think you've just solved the age-old mystery there, Pats. It says Thunderbum in the stone. I always knew it was Hunderbum or Hundersun, but yeah, Thunderbum. I don't know who that refers to. Yeah, that's it. It's a pretty cosy little it's a pretty cosy little cabin. So that's it. What about the view, gents and ladies?
Yes, I have.
So what we know about this place, or what we think we know about this place, is during the Depression, so Great Depression, obviously loads of men came and lived out in cliffs and, as I said earlier, built like little driftwood shanties or whatever they could. And as far as I know, this was a guy called Fall Down Billy. Came out here in the Depression, called Fall Down Billy because he used to go into Bundina, get drunk, fall down. And he lived out here for about 20 years, I reckon. So late 1920s through the war. So when Coastwatch came out here during the war, he was still out here living in this cave. And a couple of the ladies we know in Bundina said that their great aunties and their great auntie spinsters used to joke about who went back to Fall Down Billy's cave. So he'd come in on a Friday night, not every Friday of course, but come in on a Friday night, go to the RSL club for the dance or a drink, and proposition these ladies to come back to his cave.
Pretty desperate to go.
Yeah, but no one ever admitted. And she said, as a little girl, she used to sit there, and the aunties and the mother and the grandmothers, and they go, yeah, but you went back to Billy's cave that night. And no one ever admitted to going back to his cave.
You know when you gave your love away, it opened your heart, everything is new, and you know time will always find a way to let your heart believe it's true. You know love is everything you say, a whisper, a word, promises you give. You feel it in the heartbeat of the day. You know this is the way love is. Amaranti, amaranti, amaranti. Love is, love is love. Amaranti, amaranti, amaranti. Love is, love is love. You know love may sometimes make you cry, so let the tears go, they will flow away, for you know love will always let you fly. How far a heart can fly away. Amaranti, amaranti, amaranti. Love is love. Amaranti, amaranti, amaranti. Love is love.
the baby following his parents out in the hunt. This is Biami. Biami is the creator. So Biami came down from the sky and created the earth. When he created the earth, he created it with all the dreaming ancestors inside it. And these dreaming ancestors are part spirit and part animal. And so when these dreaming ancestors came out of the earth, they gave light and life to the earth, and it was their journeys across it that shaped it. So you heard of the rainbow serpent, creator serpent? Yep. Ulungul in Dharawal. So she was a dreaming ancestor, big snake, and as she slithered across the land, her huge form created all the valleys and the mountains, and just before she went back into the earth, the frogs came out, and the frogs' bellies were full of water, so when they laughed, the water in their bellies filled the valleys, created the rivers, and it flowed to create the oceans that we know today. So that's Biami, he's the creator.
Pelican. And this pelican, it wasn't flapping his wings, it was just gliding.
So you'd come out, you'd light your fire around your campsite, you'd put it out, you'd come out here, you'd sing your sacred Malu dreaming songs, basically invoking the rain, asking for the rain to come, because that's going to bring the rain, the green shoots are going to grow, the kangaroos are going to come to feed on the green shoots, you feed on the kangaroo. That's Malu, bringer of the rain.